Hey everybody, good afternoon. Hey everybody coming in. Hey guys. It's another day. It's a Saturday, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is January 14th, 2023. Can you believe it's been 2 weeks since the new year? Shit. It's been 2 weeks since the new year. We are almost in the middle of the month. Can you imagine? Time is going by so fast. Time waits on nobody. Okay. Welcome everybody if it's your first time being here. Hey TMZ, hey Allegedly, hey Shacker King, hey Cool Gamer, hey everybody coming in. For those who are new to the channel or for those who may be watching on the replay, on this channel what we do is have mostly discussions or play games or, karaoke or other stuff that I much prefer to do, which is to interact with the chat and so on. So, like for example, right now, I know I got a lot of lives going on, but I haven't been interested in some of the stuff happening in the sector that I usually follow. So, I'll just be sticking to my own thing. And this is what we do. So, for the new subscribers, welcome. I checked my analytics. Thank you so much, guys, for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you all. Today we're talking about relationships. When is it time to end the relationship? That is what we're talking about today. Yes, Carrie Garvey in the house, Chakra King, you know it. Okay, yes. So today what we're actually talking about is when is it time to move on from a relationship? Now, I've been holding this back for a few days now, maybe a week probably. I decided that let us talk about this. And we had such a good discussion the other day when we were talking about when is it time to move on from a friendship? When is it time to just, leave? What are some of the signs? So today we're looking at what are some of the signs in a relationship that should tell you it is just time to go. There's nothing else left to work out. Or, these are the things you should be looking at to see that it's time to keep stepping. And like I said, once there's one, there's an audience. I got about 6 people in here, so that's where we start. Okay, so let's go. When is it time to move on? I got a few. There may not be a lot, but I got a few. Okay. One of the first things I say to myself, once you're in a relationship and you can't trust the person anymore, it is time for you to go. Okay. Once you start to become, suspicious of someone or you think they're lying, you just don't feel comfortable, you know, talking to them or connecting with them anymore because you think, you know, there's something preventing you from, having a meaningful conversation or connection. So, if you feel like you can't trust the person in your corner or it's a roadblock preventing you from having a meaningful connection, it is time to probably hang up those shoes. Okay, it probably is time for you to move on. Also, always remember for any relationship you're in, trust is the foundation of a committed relationship. And when there's a lack of trust, it hollows out that relationship from the inside. So a relationship should always be built on trust. And I always say it's very important when you're building a relationship that you feel comfortable with the person. That person should be your friend. You should be able to trust them. You should be comfortable around that person. So if you are in a position where you can't trust that person like you used to, it's time for you to start thinking of moving on because you're always going to be miserable. Think about it. Okay. Once trust is lost, it is what it is. And this one pretty much goes hand in hand. If liar, liar, pants on fire. You know what? Another thing I forgot to say when I was talking about trust a while ago. Hold on, let me go back to the first one. One of the things, I was thinking about, uh, you're not supposed to be in a relationship where you're always suspicious of the person. You know, if you no longer have that foundation of trust and you begin to question every single thing that person says or does. If for example, you question their text messages, you're questioning why they're getting late from work all of a sudden, all of those stuff. The moment you start lacking trust in a relationship, it is probably time for you to think about heading out. Just remember that. If you're always on edge, you can't trust that person, step away. Okay. Next one. If you have a partner that you're with and they tend to lie a lot, you're not heading off for a good on a good foundation. It's time for you to go. Okay. If you have a partner that lies frequently, child, it is time for you to go. Please let me know if my audio is okay, guys. It is time for you to go if that person lies to you. They lie to you and you find out, it makes you wonder to yourself, like, how many times has this person been lying to me? The basis of a healthy relationship is always honest communication. Partners, your partner, your wife, your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you call them. It is important that you have honest communication. You two should have honest communication. You have to know each other on a deep level. You know, you should be able to connect emotionally and build trust with each other. So if you are in a relationship and this person just constantly lies, sometimes there are some people in relationships, they actually lie because they want to preserve the peace in the household. They do that, they'll do that. You can sometimes tell because they just want everything to work out. They don't want to argue and stuff. They don't want to, they just want to prevent arguments and pain. They just withhold stuff or they'll deny stuff. But that ain't good. It's not. Lying is lying. You're supposed to be comfortable enough with your partner and you're supposed to be able to tell them the truth. Like, I see some of these, even here on YouTube, not in the sector that some of the people tend to watch, but you see videos. Hello, Latasha. Yeah, we're back, girl. You will see people who their partners will, let us say, for example, it's a simple one. Let's use a very simple example. Their partner has a dress on and be like, how do I look? How does this dress look? And because you don't want to hurt the person's feelings, you will stare that person in the face and lie to them and tell them how good the dress looks on them. Come on. You're in a partnership. Be truthful. Okay. Be truthful. Don't lie. Come on. That is so simple. You don't need to lie. Nah, some people do that to preserve the peace. I get it, but then again, if your partner continuously keeps things from you and then you catch them lying and stuff, it probably means it's time for you to think about leaving that relationship. Let it, if it happens one time or so and you talk about it, I can get it. But if you're constantly catching your partner lying about something, what else are they lying? It makes you want to think about what else are they lying about. You know? Are they up to something behind your back? What exactly is going on? Oh my god, this picture on the screen is cracking me up. Hey Forever Lisa, it's okay why wouldn't it be? It's YouTube Forever Lisa. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. It is not a problem to drop in my chat. I don't care who comes in. It's not that serious to me. The only thing I say on here, everybody is welcome. Doesn't matter where you're from or who you are. There are millions of people here on YouTube, so anybody's okay to drop down. It's just, just to be respectful to each other. That's all. That's cool. All right. So there we go. If your partner lies frequently, it probably means, hey, hey, Shay Love, welcome. Thank you. Welcome to the channel, guys. Okay, next one. If you are in a relationship and you feel like you're the one making all the sacrifices, I get it. Compromise is okay for a relationship. It is okay to compromise. Um, but do you find that you're always doing it for your partner? It's been years of this. It's been months of this. Hey, behind the bar. Congratulations on your 8,000 subscribers. Ow. You're welcome forever, Lisa. Yeah, if you are in a relationship and you think you're always making sacrifices for your partner, do you think it's time for you to keep it moving? If your partner does not give to your needs, or they just don't care about you, they don't care about what you want. They don't care about what you want, and you keep on sacrificing. Sacrificing also, it raises questions of power. If you are happy to sacrifice early in your relationship and your partner is not reciprocating, you are going to find yourself in a place where, as the relationship progresses, you're always going to be that one expected to give up and give in. Okay. You're always going to be expected to give in. So this type of imbalanced pattern of sacrificing, it may cause a problem later on in your relationship. It may cause a power problem because one partner is always going to be looking to the other person to sacrifice their whether it is their health, their happiness, whatever it is that you're always making sure the other person is okay. You do not want to be in a relationship where the both parties don't sacrifice for each other, because you may be developing long-term unhappiness in that relationship because you're always the one expected to step back and whatever. What are you trying to develop resentment amongst you two? So you got to think about that. You got to think about that part. So if you're making all the sacrifices, it probably means assess the situation, whether you need to talk to that person first, your partner first, about this, or if you realize it is not something that is going to end, it's probably time for you to take a step back out of that relationship. So for those who are just coming in, and for those who are watching on the replay, because there are a lot of lives going on, so for those who are watching on the replay, we are talking about, is it time to move on? Or for those who are just coming in, when is it time to move on out of a relationship? So we are on, I think, number 3 or 4. When you are making all the sacrifices and that person doesn't consider you, you don't want to start a recipe for long-term unhappiness. So it's probably a good idea for you to step on. Okay. Next one. When is it time for you to leave a relationship? If you have a partner who continuously puts you down, do you find yourself, or for those who are experienced, you may have been in a relationship with somebody before, because we live and we learn from our experiences. Have you ever been in a position where your partner is constantly putting you down? Do you think you need to stay in a relationship like that? Do you think a person who speaks ill of you, has nothing positive to say about you, is not sensitive to your needs, somebody who is always degrading you, trying to intimidate you, trying to make you feel bad, trying to belittle you, embarrass you in public and all of that shit, do you still need to be around that person? Do you think so? Maybe it's time for you to reconsider. Are you always trying to please them, but it never seems to be enough for them? If they continuously lower your self-esteem by making backhanded statements that makes you feel like crap around them, it probably feels like they are sucking the life out of you. it probably means it's time for you to leave that relationship. You should never be in a relationship where somebody is constantly putting you down, constantly criticizing you, constantly diminishing your self worth. It's probably time for you to go. When is it time for you to leave a relationship? If this isn't one of those times, I don't know when it is. If you got a partner who is always insulting your appearance, probably saying, "Oh, you must be lucky that I chose you," making them feel like you're less than, you know, dismiss some things that are important to you, you know, the body language that they give off, they're dismissive, they embarrass you in public, they may share your secrets, make fun of your shortcomings, belittle you by saying stuff just to make you feel dumb, yell at you, throw things at you, always disagreeing with stuff or points or your views just because, you know. Have you ever been with a partner who assassinates your character? You know, do they call you derogatory nicknames? Do they make you feel uncomfortable around them? Think about it. Think about it. If you are in a situation like that, it is probably time for you to go. Oh, Shay Love says, putting you down, then praising you to keep you off balance. Self care is key. Love for self raises self esteem, and you will set boundaries and eventually let them go. Yep, I agree with you. You don't want to be with somebody who constantly puts you down. So as humans, because I'm not gonna say as women, because this goes for both males and females. Love yourself more, care for yourself, think about what the other person is doing to you, and see whether or not you think, you want to continuously live that way. Do you want to be around someone who's always putting you down? And you do have people who praise you, or give you names as if it's a term of endearment, but at the same time, it really is them putting you down. People do that. It is weird, some of the stuff they do, you know. Or highlight stuff that you're sensitive about. They know that it affects you a certain type of way, but they do it anyway. Hey, Heatwave. Yes, Forever Lisa agrees with you, Shay Love. Love yourself first. So if it is that you are in a position like this and you got somebody who's constantly putting you down in a relationship and diminishing your self-worth, it probably means it's time for you to step out of that relationship. Okay. You have to be comfortable. You can't be in a relationship where only one person is always, okay and feeling like they're superior to you. It's supposed to be a balanced type of thing. Okay, next one. Next one. Ooh, hold on. I can't even see this thing. If there is physical, mental, sexual, or emotional abuse, it probably means it's time for you to get out of that relationship. When do you know it's time to leave a relationship? If you are in a situation where somebody is abusing you, and abuse comes in many forms. Don't just think physical abuse is the only one you should be worrying about. There is actually, even in marriage, do you know there's sexual abuse in relationships? You better believe it. If somebody's doing it against your will, I know I'm going to have some people who disagree with me. They're going to say, once you're married, you're supposed to. Nah, it's my body. If somebody is abusing you emotionally or mentally, it probably is time to go. Some people look on marriage as, it's I understand the institution, the importance of marriage, but if you're going to be constantly abused in a marriage, what would you be sitting in there for? If you can't get help, seek, you know professional help, whether it's a therapy, counseling, whatever it is you need to deal with that, you can't live the rest of your life being emotionally, physically, verbally abused. sexually abused, you can't be happy. When you got relationships that women and men alike, they are in emotionally abusive relationship where their partner frightens them, controls their every move or how they who they can speak to. They isolate them from their families and friends. It's not physical violence, but you know what? They may say things or threaten you, even though they may not touch you. But their words and their actions, and the fact that it's consistent, especially if the actions are consistent, listen, if those actions are consistent, you're in trouble. It starts somewhere. So once you start to see those types of things happening in your relationship early, put a nip on it. Nip it in the bud as early as possible. Speak to your partner about what you like or not like, right? Because these things start gradually. Any these types of abuses, they start gradually, but it happens again and again. It doesn't just go that way. And this is also, like I was saying earlier on, this is also a part of emotional abuse. Like the other things I spoke on not too long ago, like the name calling and the yelling at the partner, at your partner, and so on, swearing at them to intimidate them, the character assassination and the public embarrassment and all of that stuff. That actually is an example of emotional abuse, especially when they belittle your accomplishments, like your accomplishments don't matter, or they may be the ones who claim that they're responsible for your success. If they like pushing your buttons, they know that a particular thing annoys you and they continuously talk about it and make you uncomfortable. That is also an example of I'm sorry, hold on. That is also an example of emotional abuse. Okay. So do not allow that to happen in your relationship. Nip it in the bud. Get help if you have to, or if you need to walk away, you need to. Because at the end of the day, that partner is trying to find some way to have control or power over you. They want to manipulate you to make you feel ashamed of your inadequacies. They want you to feel below them. So if they control you by making threats, always monitoring your whereabouts, I'm okay with my partner knowing where I am. You're supposed to be okay with your partner knowing where you are, what you're doing and stuff. But if they constantly monitor you, listen, patterns don't lie, right, Shay? They don't. They don't. Forever Lisa says if your partner continues to do what you ask them not to do, they don't care about you or your feelings. It's all about them. There you go. There you go. There you go, right there. So you got to be careful about these relationships. I know sometimes you love people, but love is not never enough. Because if you're never going to be happy, why stay? I'm a different type of person. I don't stick around for crap. I'm not gonna say, oh, I love the person, or oh, because I'm married and stuff. It doesn't go that way. No. You may have people who they're controlling you and you don't even realize they're controlling you. They want to know where you are, and if they call you and you don't respond or pick up on the second ring, or you don't respond to their text immediately, they make you feel some type of way, or they'll, show up at your home, show up at your school, work, wherever you are. That is crazy. That is crazy. Listen, we have seen and heard some stuff on here. You have got to be crazy. You have got to be crazy to stick around those type of things. I am sorry. I am sorry, but you do have people who endure sexual abuse in their relationships. It does happen. It's not only domestic violence that you got to think about when you think about abusive relationships. You don't have. It's not just physical. It's not just the regular cussing out, or little conflicts may happen. However, there are relationships where there is sexual abuse by their partners. You hear me? It happens. It does happen. And it's used as a means to like manipulate or to control your partner sexually. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful because it means that one person has power over that other person at all times. It must be consenting for both parties, not just one. You know? So if it's an unwanted or non consensual sexual act, I'm not taking no letters off no word. I don't got time for that shit. Okay. Whatever happens, happens. I am not taking no letters off no words because of YouTube. Okay. I cannot. So if they force you to perform a sexual act that you don't want to do, that is also an example of sexual abuse. Not because you're married, not because you're in an intimate relationship. It doesn't mean that if you're not feeling well, for example, or you're just not into it at the moment, and the partner, forces themselves on you, it doesn't, it is still a crime. I'm sorry. Mm-mm. I am sorry, but it is still a crime. Hey, the Hood Table, and hey to everybody coming in. And for those who are watching on the replay, please remember to hit the like button. Okay. Here is another thing. How do you know you need to move on from a relationship? If you are with someone and you've been with them for a significant amount of time, you've been with them for years. If you are right, Vibrant Lol, hey Vibrant, no means no, right? No means no in a relationship. There we go. Let me go back to it. I didn't even read all of this. Let me go back to it. If your partner is physically violent with you, they are mentally or emotionally abusing you, gaslighting you, degrading you, or sequestering you from your friends or your family. That is also a type of abuse. They don't want you to have contact with your family anymore. They cut you off from your family. If your partner pressures or coerces or forces you to perform a sexual act that you don't want to, that is also sexual abuse. And I know some people are going to say that can't happen in a marriage, but guess what? If somebody says no, it means no. I have heard some men say some stuff. They are like, what do you mean if we're married, they're supposed to do? And I'm like, excuse me, did you marry property that they got to do what you got to do? They got to do what you want all the time? Come on. Women go through so many things. Oh my God, I'm telling you. You got some men, they say if they want it, and women too. Let's be equal with this thing, because women do it too. The man says no, and you oh yeah, they do it. They do it too. Okay, so if you are in a relationship with someone and you've been with them for years, for a good time, if you've been with somebody for over a year and they have never introduced you to any one of their loved ones, whether it is their sister, a cousin, a family member, a close friend, nobody, you've never met anybody in the family, come on. You don't see something wrong? If they conveniently try to hide you away from their family, or they do family visits and you have never seen or heard over the phone, nothing, you've never met their family, what type of relationship are you in? That means it's probably time for you to move on. You've never thought about it. You have never thought about it. Right, that's a red flag right there. If you've been with someone for a significant amount of time and you don't know not one family member or friend or good cousin, nothing, nobody, girl, it is time to go. it is time to, first of all, it probably is time for you to start asking questions. Okay. You probably need to start asking questions, or you probably need to start packing. One of the two. You need to start asking questions, or you need to start packing, because obviously that person doesn't see it fit for you to see their family, or they're not interested in having a long-term relationship with you. You see what I'm saying? That is something to think about. And okay, I'm also gonna drop the link, because whenever I do these things, I'm also interested in hearing your views. Whether you want to stick to the chat and type your responses, or if you'd like to click the link and tell what you think, or if you got a story about a similar situation that you've been in and you had to leave. Yeah, because some people, you are with someone and you love them, you absolutely love that person, you're with that person. You would feel good about showing them to your family. Wouldn't that be normal? That should be something normal. You're going to be happy enough to show your family and, like, listen, here is so and so. We've been dating for so and so. Okay, come on, think about it. Okay, here goes another one. If you are in a relationship and your friends and family does not like that person, this one is a tricky one. Is it time to leave that relationship if your friends or family don't like your significant other? This one is a little bit tricky, because at the end of the day, you're in a relationship with that person, not your friends and family. You know, your friends and your family have their man or their woman in their lives. So not in all situations are they always correct, but sometimes they actually are. Your family normally wants what is best for you. So if at times you find your friends and your family are warning you about somebody, or they are like, something doesn't seem right with this person, or they can't get along with that person, or they detect something, or they may know something. They may know something. That right there is a giant red flag. Okay. It is a giant red flag for some people. Sometimes, you'll introduce somebody to your family, and right away, their energy, they can tell that person doesn't mean you any good. And not only that, sometimes when you're in love with somebody and you're all caught up, you can never see sometimes when you're doing something wrong. You never really see, because you're not stepping outside of the situation and seeing what's going on. So, like, somebody on the outside will be able to look and see and be able to say, listen, this doesn't look right. This person is doing this. Sometimes it's good to hear from somebody from the outside, because you're so caught up. It's young love, or puppy love, as they call it. And love is blind. Believe that. And experience teaches wisdom. Love is blind. There's a reason for that saying, that love is blind. You may be blinded by love, or what you think is love. And there are a lot of red flags surrounding that person you're dating or with. And you can't see them because you're so caught up. And that is why I guess the word fall comes before love, because it's really fall. You've fallen. So, you know what? I stand in love. Remember that. Stand in love. But when you fall in love with people, you sometimes tend to not see around things that are right there in your face. Sometimes they may be treating you badly and you don't even notice, or some of the body, their body language, the things they say to you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be, like, really careful. You got to be really careful. Don't get upset with your family if they tell you how they feel. Just be mindful, put it at the back of your head. If they point some stuff out to you, say, okay, thanks for the feedback. Just at least, don't be upset with your family or your friends because they're telling you something. And you go on your side with that person and you're like, no, that's my man and whatever. I get it. It's your man. But at the same time, you gotta, look up. Okay, next one, real quick, is a lack of. Ooh, this one. How do you know when it's time to leave a relationship? If you are in a relationship and there is a lack of sex and intimacy, shit. Ooh, this one right here. This one right here. It may you may look at this a different way. Oh yeah, I get it. This one, I think this comment was for the previous one. You see it, but some just don't. Right. Oh, I got heat wave in the back. Is your camera off? Okay. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure I got something up here. Even though I know it's you. Hold on. Uh oh. Is that you, heat wave?
Yeah,
Hey, heat wave.
that's me. How you doing, babe? Miss
I'm
you.
doing good. How are you?
I'm hanging in here, my love. Hanging in, hanging
Girl, I've been here. If I don't got nothing to say,
in.
I don't go
Yeah,
live.
yeah. Yep, child. I don't blame you.
Yeah, yeah. Unless I got some content, I'm not coming on here.
Oh my
And
God.
I've been pretty busy, to be honest,
I don't know. Yeah.
What's
So how
going
was your
on?
little vacay?
It was good.
Okay.
It was really good, yeah.
So how you came, you swim ashore? How you got back here, child? God teach me that.
The ship was built really quickly
Oh
because
Lord.
I had some people, I had already called and made some
Okay.
arrangements. Man, that ship, it was built pretty fast.
Child, I didn't
Pretty
know about the swimming,
fast.
so I didn't know how I was gonna do it.
I'm not a good swimmer,
Mm-mm.
unfortunately, for somebody who grew up by the beach.
Me too.
I am not the best person at swimming at
Mm-mm.
all.
Mm-mm.
Thank you
No, no,
forever,
no.
Lisa.
Now, you see things changing around here. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Friendship, that is something. That is a real nice topic. Really,
Well,
really nice
thank you.
topic. Like
Yeah, and
it.
we'll be continuing to do these
Yeah,
things
it's
because,
a lot more to speak on. Yeah.
there are a lot more people who are interested in this type
I
of
don't
content.
mhm. I don't understand something. I'm a little confused, right?
What happened?
Okay, about this friendship thing, right? Okay. Y'all hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
If I know for me as growing up, right? When you have a friend, right? Okay, your friend is gonna you're gonna speak, you're gonna start telling your friend little thing, they're gonna tell you little thing back, the thing, and then you grow from there, right? So along the way, of course, you're gonna have falling out and all those little stuff, right? But when you have a friend
Mm-hmm.
or you have anyone you're acquainted, okay, would you go? What if you don't know me or we don't have a friendship or anything like that? We just hi, right? Whether you're in school, you're an adult now or whatever. Hi, right? Okay. Now, could that person tell you, like, sit to talk to you to tell you, well, hey, I don't think you should cross over the street over there. You know, that's not a school crossing guard. That's not the officer. That is just a regular person telling you, here, you shouldn't cross over the street, right? All right. Now you ain't asking too much a question. You go along with that person, right? After you see it was no danger for you to cross over the street. You understand? Or you ask the person, why should I cross over the street? And they say, hey, I just say that. I just like to cross over there, or I don't cross over there. Whatever the case might be, y'all get the picture. So at the same time, that person is saying, oh, I don't have any friends. I don't have any friends. There's no friends. There's no this, there's no that. I know for me, it would be pretty hard if I don't have a relationship with someone, for someone to point me in a direction that they want to point me in, right?
You're saying if you're not good friends with somebody, you don't
Right. We don't
necessarily
even have to
want
be good,
their,
good friends. You know what I'm
you
saying?
don't.
So let me
Okay.
get straight to the point because I know I getting myself damn confused. I have so much thing going on in this crazy head of mine. Listen,
Okay.
Pastor always keeps saying there's no friends here. Probably
Yeah.
he's most for the most part, I think he's right for the most part. But I don't understand what do he call the people that he associate with so deep because I don't understand if we don't have a
Subcontractors.
relationship. Go ahead.
He calls them his subcontractors, I think.
Subcontract. Well, okay, if we call them subcontractor, I know we looking at each other as somewhat co-workers, right? So we competing. It has to be a little competition there, right? Whatever you will call it. So if we're in the same job, everybody gonna want to get a little more, right? Just let's say you're in a job. Okay. If I do better at the end of the year, I'm going to get my bonus, whatever, right? So I'm not going to tell, I may not, I may not. Let's keep it real. I may not tell my friend my little trick because if this has to be divided up, hey, I want to get it all because we're human. I want to get it all, right? I would try to steer my friend to keep in the right way so they wouldn't lose their job. But if I know I could make a step up to keep my job more secure and I could make that money, I'm going to get all this bonus. It's not going to divide with anyone or whatever it may be. So that excitement is there. I don't understand how you're going to say you're not, I don't care if you want to call it associate or whatever the hell you want to call it. I call it hypocrisy. I call it deceitfulness and all of that. Because don't, unless you're using that as an excuse. Because when, and I'm using Pastor because he's the one I could see as a prime example. When he had his meet and greet, right? It was the lady Vivian who was taking care, for the most part, taking care of that for him, right? You could have seen it. He spoke on it and all of that. I want to know. On many occasions, she came on this platform and she will say, "Oh, mom and dad say to tell you hi," right? Okay.
I could never stand it
How,
being said on ear when if they got
how
their each other's numbers.
Right. I don't understand. If we don't have a friendship, maybe he meant to say they don't have a friendship online, maybe offline. He need to straighten that because it's looking like that's a lie. Because I'm not gonna come and tell you my mom and my dad say to tell you hi. My mom and my dad, you may know I have a mother and a father, but you don't know them personally because we don't have that kind of relationship. We have to have some close relationship that you even met my parents, that they could say hi and right. And that's
Or
on more than one
maybe she just brought
occasion.
her parent. Maybe she just brought the parents up
Right.
when they were talking or something. I don't know.
No, she's like mom or whatever, say hi. And that's not a one time. Say like you bring your parents one time an event, right?
So
That
you're
have to
saying
be.
that sounds like a friendship to you?
Yes, it like something continuously, like when we talking on the phone, my mom passed by and said, "Who you talking?" "Oh, I'm talking to Pastor." "Oh, tell me said hi." Or Pastor phone, let me say hi. It's her birthday, it's Christmas, let me say hi to the family, right? So I
Okay.
don't understand how you're gonna say you don't have a friend. Because to me, that is beyond a co-worker. That's way beyond that. When they getting into your family, that they're so you know what I'm saying? Like, mm, yeah, that they could say
I get
hi.
what you're saying. I
You
get
got
what
what
you're
I'm saying,
saying.
right? Now, let's go on the flip side now with Pastor. I don't know why Pastor is always do this thing. And I always is lucky to hear the
Did
bullshit.
something happen today, Heat Wave?
No, it didn't happen today, man. I'm looking at something was happening for the whole week or what. He had a co-host there, right? He have a co-host there. That co-host is so freaking busy. She always in the back chat. Yeah, I went live a little while ago. I saw you. Thank you so much for holding it down for me. That co-host always in the back chat. I could understand when somebody don't have a platform. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have a platform, so you're there. You got what I'm saying? So that's your platform. That's your outlet to say whatever you want to say.
Hold on,
This
Heat
woman
Wave.
into every goddamn thing like pot salt. Everything this woman is into.
Hold on one
But
second.
what you laughing? You laughing at
Hold
me? I
on.
sound
You
crazy,
know
right?
what? This
Mm.
seems like another live. This
I
seems like
sound
another.
crazy.
You know what? What we, if you want to talk about that, what I could do is when I'm finished with this one, I can fire up a different live, and
Okay.
then we could
All
talk
right.
about it.
Okay.
That you want to do that?
Yeah, we could do that, babe.
All
We could
right,
do
so
that.
I'll do that because this
But
I
I ain't
want
want to
to.
mess up this one. That's true.
Yeah, because
We're
this
not
one
going
is
to start
about
her. Hmm.
relationships with
Hmm.
partners. So I'm just gonna
Okay.
finish the others that I have, and then I'll start a new live, and then we
Okay,
can
dear.
talk about it. I'll drop
All
the
right.
link.
Okay, babe. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, so I get on a call right away now. So
Yeah, so
let me.
so when I start the new one, you can come up.
Okay, all right, okay,
All
bye.
right. Thank you. All right, that's Heat Wave, guys. Um, hey, a view is a view. So Heatwave was talking about friendships on YouTube, and I'm okay with listening to what she has to say, but because the nature of this particular topic is about when do you think it's time to leave a relationship, when is it time to move on, we're just gonna do that. So she's also getting a call. So once I'm finished discussing the ones I have on here, I'll start a new live and I can listen to what she's saying. But I do understand what she's saying because he says he doesn't got friends, but the type of relationships and stuff, it just is what it is. So I'm gonna hear what she has to say at the end of this program. Okay, so let's get back to what we were saying. A lack of sex and intimacy. If you're in a relationship with someone and you're not having that type of that passion that was there before. Are you in a relationship and there's just no intimacy at all? Is there no more passion? What is happening? Is it that there's no sex drive? Is it that you don't desire that person anymore? What is the problem? Is it as ooh, there's someone, a doctor called Brown James, a psychologist. He says in a situation like that, that is called empty love. A relationship without any type of intimacy, a relationship without any type of passion is called empty love. And those relationships cannot survive. So, in a situation like that, they're more like roommates or partners. Hold on one second. Under new management, welcome. Did I say hi to Clyde? If I didn't, I'm sorry. Um, Sex drive is gone according to under new management. It's quite possible. Did Heatwave come back? And hey again, a view is a view. Right, so is it that you guys are becoming roommates? Is it something you guys need to talk about? Is it that the person you're not able to talk openly and honestly about a situation you may be experiencing? You know? Is it what's the reason for the lack of intimacy? Is it because, some people don't feel that type of way about their partners anymore if they have issues that they're not talking about or trying to communicate and try to get over. So they just don't feel sexually attracted anymore to that person. There's a lack of intimacy because they are no longer close outside of the bedroom. So if you don't have a close relationship with your partner outside of the bedroom, sometimes that is gonna, impact the type of relationship you have inside the bedroom as well. You see what I'm saying? So, are you in a situation where this is happening? Under new management says shame on you. I'm a view is a view. Right. Clyde says sometimes that has to be on hold because I agree with you. So there may be instances where there are those type of issues. I get it. And you know that sex has to be on hold, yes. And whether your partner is going through something, and Clyde gave a few examples, cancer, postpartum, after delivery and stuff, that may happen too. I get it. But what else? There may be a lot of different situations, so I do get it. I get it. But does it also mean that you find this person repulsive, you don't want to be around them anymore? You just don't have no feeling of passion for them? If you're in a relationship like this and you haven't spoken about this situation, it probably means it's time to end that relationship. That man does not, or woman doesn't find you desirable anymore. If you guys can't work that out or talk about it or seek, external help from professionals, um, probably means you need to leave the relationship. Okay. Another one that goes hand in hand with the with that point. How do you know and when do you know it's time to leave a relationship? If you are no longer attracted to them. This one pretty much goes with the previous point. Are you in a situation where everything that person does or says, their whole existence bothers you? You can't maintain the type of connection or tenderness that you once had for them. That care that drew you to that partner in the first place is not there anymore. You don't find them cute. They annoy you to the highest level. That you find everything about them unattractive more than you'd find it sexy. It probably means it's time for you to skedaddle out of that relationship. Or, you know what? I'm always going to say seek help from a professional first, whether you need to go counseling, psychologist, whoever you need to see. But if you've reached that point in your relationship and you cannot show physical affection to each other anymore, you find that they don't compliment you like they used to. They don't, everything they do annoys you. It probably means you should probably be leaving. Look at her face. Oh my god, look at how she's looking at him. Just imagine, she used to be so happy with him, you know, hugging her when they sleep. Look at her face. Look at how she's looking at him. Oh my god. Oh my god. She detests this guy. Just imagine how that was before, how they were cuddling and sleeping. Now she doesn't want to hear him snore. She doesn't want to see him. She doesn't want him touching her. Oh my God, look at her face. But I digress. If you no longer have any romantic feelings towards your partner and the thought of them even touching you turns you off, it probably means it's time to go. Okay, think about it. It probably means you're just so over them, you don't care about them anymore, and you roll your eyes. You just don't care about these people anymore, and you just want to move on. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. It probably means it's time for you to leave that relationship. And it's okay. Some people hold on to stuff because they're saying they've been with the person for years. If things don't work like they were before, it makes no sense. You can't stick around. Clyde says she's mad because he's blowing his hot bad breath on her. Oh, let me go back to it. You think so? Oh my god. Look at her face. Under new management says I was trying to get on my StreamYard. Oh, you were trying to come up here? Huh. You guys know under new management? Under new management, what's your other name that you use? I'll drop the link again. Okay, so next point. And I didn't see you or hear anything under new management. I didn't hear the beep. So there goes the link again if you want to try. Okay, if you have a partner that is way too clingy, way too needy, it probably means it's time to skedaddle out of that relationship. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I do not want to have to always be thinking about somebody sticking to me like glue. I am sorry. I am the type of person, I need space, and that is why it is always good to have rooms to go to. Okay. Ah, no, you shouldn't be copying the link. You should be clicking the link, not copy. Click the link, and it'll tell you what to do after. Okay. If you don't feel free to live your own life and be yourself, it's probably time to go. Do they want to spend every minute of the day with you? Oh, we're in love and stuff. Come on, you need space for yourself. Listen, if you could have your own woman cave or man cave or a whole room for your own self, get it. It gives you peace of mind. Take it from me. Okay. You need peace of mind. I like to be by myself sometimes. I'm a quiet person and I'm not going to be lying. I don't like a lot of talking around. Let me stop it. If ugh, okay, let me stop. If your world or their world revolves around each other and they're controlling you in any way they can, it's a warning sign that it could be a toxic relationship. Okay. It could be a toxic relationship. If you can't, every step you take, everything you're doing, they gotta be behind you. Look at this lady on here. She could be talking to her mother about stuff, and he wants to know what they're typing. Do not be in my conversations on my phone. And that is something I don't like. If I'm on my phone having a whole personal conversation with my mom or whoever it is, and you are listen, I have let me tell you something. I know of someone, and I'm not gonna say if they're friends or their family. If I am speaking to this person, guaranteed their husband is always in the back asking, what am I saying? Or giving answers to my questions that I'm asking the wife. And to myself, I'm saying, I am trying to talk to this lady, but you're always in my conversations. I don't feel comfortable. What if I was talking about my freaking vagina? What if? Do they have to know about my vagina too? What if I was talking about something that is really important and personal? Why the hell are you in the conversation? I am sorry, I don't like it. I know it's that some partners they're like that, they don't hide stuff from each other, but some people want to have their own personal lives. I'm sorry. You know, you don't have to be a part of everything. You don't have to be too clingy. People need to be independent also. They need to have space. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to need me for everything. We do not have to spend every second of every day together. I need freedom. Okay. I am sorry. I am sorry. On the new management says what you thought you were getting, you didn't get it. You got the opposite, which you don't like. Listen, I don't like clingy. And it's not that I'm cold. I am not. I am the most loving person you'll ever find. But I do enjoy my space and my time. If you are in a relationship with someone and they're a little bit too clingy and needy, you have to remember to set boundaries. Okay. You have to set healthy boundaries. It's good for your mental health. You know, it's okay to have, get a little space sometimes. It's okay. It's not a problem. It is not a problem. Boundaries are also good. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Ooh, this one. How do you know you need to do away with a relationship? How do you know it's time for you to walk away from a relationship? When they cheated on you. This right here is a deal breaker. There are no chances. I am sorry. There are no, absolutely no chances. I am sorry. Not sorry. If your partner cheats on you, it's a wrap. What would be the reason for you to still be with them? It means that you're not enough for them and they should probably go out and find what they need wherever they are. Okay, okay, forever Lisa. If you are in a relationship and your partner who's supposed to love you and care about you and your feelings cheat on you, it probably means it's time to leave that relationship. Because if they do it once, they'll do it twice. Okay. Being unfaithful to your partner is absolutely unacceptable because it means you don't respect the person you're with. So if that person is not enough for you, don't stay in the relationship with them. End the relationship. Go do what you need to do outside. Don't be doing that and then coming home to your girl or your man. It's just not fair. Why are you cheating? You know? And cheating comes in several forms. I just put a few right there. And cheating can be sexually, it can be cyber, virtually. So online dating happens. It could mean that you're still keeping in touch with an ex on social media. It could mean you're texting someone like that video I watched today. Oh my God, I watched a video today of this woman who was cheating on her man. He found it in her phone. She didn't remember to lock her phone and she was sleeping. He woke her up and threw her out. He's like, "You gotta go." She didn't put even get to put shoes on. I don't know how that ended. I don't know if they live together or not. It seems like she does live with him. But baby, that was something. Mm-mm. Also, if your partner is emotionally attached to other people, it probably means it's time for you to move on. Okay. You know, also, I one thing I really detest is people being selfish, and thinking about themselves only to the point where they'll go cheating. They don't use any form of protection. They, come home with those STDs or whatever it is and take it home to their partners. I just think it's disrespectful. That's what I think. And for those who think, typing, messages to someone in a text is not cheating, it definitely is. If you are online talking it up with someone you don't know and giving them compliments, not only giving them compliments, trying to meet up with them or saying stuff to them that if your partner saw, it wouldn't be acceptable. That also is cheating. Okay. Clyde says, cheating is a deal breaker for me too. However, when looking at other relationships, I understand. 25 plus years married with grandkids for emotional or one time cheat, I can see why they stay together. Okay. Some people are okay with that. Hey, just Andrea. Some people are okay with it, Clyde. But then I wonder how it makes them feel moving forward. Like you're always gonna think when they go out, they're going to the store, you're gonna wonder if they're leaving to go to that person's home or they're gonna meet up. I always wonder how it feels. To get on StreamYard under new management, whenever a link is dropped in the chat, all you have to do is click the link. And once you click the link that is in the chat, it'll tell you what to do. It'll tell you to, oh, it depends. It may ask you to sign in to your account, to put your password in, or it just tells you what to do, as in to, give allowance to your microphone and your camera if you wanted to, or you can turn it off. I don't know why. I don't know. Clyde says, if they had a solid foundation, I believe it can be repaired. Clyde, I think if you have a solid foundation, you should never cheat. I'm sorry, let me read your comment. If they had a solid foundation, I believe it can be repaired. I forgive, but wouldn't forget. So it wouldn't work for me. No judgment, though. I get it. We're all different. Some people can stay, some people can. I am not bashing those who stay in because we're all different and we're allowed. Okay, on the new management is here. Let me make sure I put this overlay up. Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Don't nobody
Hi.
re- Hi. Don't nobody remember me? Nobody knows me?
I don't remember the name.
I'm electric. Nobody knows me. From
Does
Ken's
anybody?
room when I was on the mic and Pastor's room, I was on the mic.
I'm not
Telling
sure.
I was telling my story.
Which story was
Nobody.
that? Which one?
No, you have to go back and watch it. I'm not telling.
Mm-mm, I'm not going over by the past. Hold on. I am on a whole break from the pastor right now.
Oh, are you? Okay. So nobody remember me. Wow.
Let me ask in the chat. Does anybody know this name on the new management, or what do you say, Electric? Do
No,
you
that
go
was
by
that
another
that was a
name?
joke. Electric is a joke. No, that's my only
Okay.
name. Yeah,
If you
ask
give
them.
me if you say it, I could probably remember
If I say what?
what happened on the pastor's live. How long ago was it?
What? Week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. So nobody remember me. Wow.
Mm-mm.
Well, ain't nobody typing in the room either. That's
Let,
because they don't. That's because they don't remember me.
probably. Let me see.
Ask
Or
them.
maybe because the we're not doing beef sector material, so you don't have a lot of beef sector people who are or for so you won't have those people over here because um we're not having beef
Okay,
sector
I did
discussions.
my and Ken's Noah room. I did my let loose in there
Oh,
because
hold on. Let me
yeah,
hold on. Are
yeah,
you the person who was with diving?
yes, yes.
Ah! Now I got it.
Oh,
I don't think I heard it on the passes show. Maybe I missed that one, but I do know I caught a part of Canola's live.
mm-hmm.
Um
That was my coming out party.
okay.
I'm gay. I'm a gay female. I'm in my
Okay.
I'm in my 60s.
And you're in your so you're saying that's the first time you've ever let anybody know that you are gay because you said it's your coming out party?
Yeah, because I was protecting her, but she kept disrespecting me, kept hacking me and all that stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm done. So
Wow.
I had my party.
Hmm. Hold
Oh,
on.
what? Oh, I meant to say yes, ma'am.
I'm cool. It's okay. So let me get this straight. You were with diving for how long now? How many years?
We were. I didn't come up here to talk about her, but I'll give you a short.
You didn't. Okay.
But anyway,
I'll take the short.
we were together like 10 years. We've been
Oh.
apart now for about, I'm gonna say 8, and she
Okay.
still bothers me, harasses me, you know. And I've
Okay.
been protecting her, so I'm like, okay, you continue to disrespect me, so here we go, you know.
Okay. Got it. I got it.
Okay.
I got it. But I really didn't get to watch that live you're talking about by Pastor, but I was over by Ken because I think that's wasn't that the first place you clicked? You went to over by Ken?
Yeah, I
Canola?
like Ken.
Yeah.
Ken's cool. That's
Yeah,
because
I don't
he's
mind
real.
Ken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's real. You know what I mean?
He's a bit
And
crazy, but he's really cool.
yeah, yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
He's a
So
cool guy.
was it that there was cheating involved since we're talking about
No,
relationships?
what it was, you know how you think what you're getting, you're happy about it with this person, but it turned out the opposite of
Oh.
what I don't want. She doesn't talk. I'm a communication person. I like to talk, you know, with my partner, lover, whoever. I'm communication. That's number one. There was nothing there. Nothing. So I kept her around for a reason, and she stayed around knowing that I'm sure she had to know. Well, like I was saying, she lives in a whole nother world, but she was around for what she was getting, which I knew. She think I didn't know anything. I knew more than what she think I knew. But anyway, it was depressing being with her. Well, let me. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say her name. It was depressing being with that type of person. And I moved from Philadelphia to North Carolina, and that's another reason why I kept her around. But when I started, after I built my house and everything, I started getting more comfortable, with the area and everything, knew what I was doing, whatnot. And I did tell her it's time for her to go. So she came in one day and told me that her daughter told her that if she's getting mail there, I can't put her out.
Oh,
So what I did was, in order to get rid of her, I moved back to Philadelphia. So I said, "Where are you going?" She said, "With you."
oh,
So I was laughing inside because now I know why you're going with me. I know why. And I said, "Okay, I'm not going to say nothing because when we get there, she's going to find out." She thought her name was still on my insurance policy, which I been took her off. She
oh,
didn't
wow.
know it. Yeah, she didn't know it. So got back to Philly. So when she found out, which was like 2 or 3 days later, she wasn't on my insurance policy. So now you want to talk. Now you want to ask me, you took my name off your insurance policy? I just looked at her and kept walking.
Oh, wow. How
Yeah,
did
I
she
have
find?
no answer for you. You don't talk. I'm done. I'm done trying. I'm done.
So you were always trying to work on. You said it was 10 years you were together,
Yeah.
and you had problems. Like how many years into it did you start, having these issues? Because 10 years is a long time.
Hmm.
So when did you like actually start having those problems with her?
Uh, after I'm gonna say after she stopped drinking. Yeah, I mean
Oh,
it. She only talks like if she's drinking, and I after she stopped drinking, that's when I was like, this is for the birds, man. I can't deal with this shit.
oh, so you're okay. And you did
But
mention
like I
earlier on that
said,
you're a communicator. You much prefer to talk about
yeah,
stuff that
I mean, being with some people is like being with a mannequin. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I would have been better if I would have got a blow up doll that just said, "Hello, how are you?"
That's
But,
how bad.
huh?
That's how bad it is.
Yeah, it was real bad. Yeah, she's the opposite. She's not a communicator. So my thing is for her is just keep fucking randomly people. Don't get it. She don't need to be in a relationship. It's not for her.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you're saying that that person wasn't giving you what you wanted. You didn't feel that sense of, emotional
Not at
attachment to that
all.
person.
And
That
when
person
we
wasn't.
did, and when we did, I did try to make love with that person.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get into somebody if all they do is just lay there.
Mm.
I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. It's not worth my time or energy or thought. I'm just
Okay.
done. But anyway, yeah, you can be with a person and mentally not be there. I've done it.
Now I see which one you were talking about. Maybe it was this one right here. A lack of intimacy. Cause
Yeah, that too.
there we
And
go. Is this the one?
communication and
Right. Oh.
communication. And the only
Mhm.
people you want to talk to when you're not at home is to your daughter so y'all can come up with some scams and crooked shit
Oh.
like you think you were doing to me. Just like when I got that car for her, bitch wasn't even paying no insurance. She think I don't know it.
Oh
I
no.
knew it. You know what I'm saying? All that I done from you, and this is what you want to do? Okay. So, but basically, it's her loss.
Was that your first gay
No,
relationship?
I've been
Okay.
gay all my life. No.
Okay. Okay. Because you said that was your coming. How was it? Coming out to your family, or you've not done that yet?
Well, they knew. They knew.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, they knew.
There's a question in the chat.
Yeah.
Somebody's asking you, how did you find out that the person was slithering around in the beef sector? How did you
God,
find out?
the reason why I know her names, different names, when I would come into a room, she would say certain things to me that made me know that that was her. That's how.
Oh, it doesn't mean that you were already subscribed. She told you about the different channels she was watching. But
No,
how
no,
did
no,
you?
no, 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 no. I didn't know she was even on YouTube when I came over. And when I got here and
So
like
you
I was,
just found here one day? You just happened to be here
she
one day?
hacked me. She hacked me all the time. Okay. And when I go into rooms, she would say certain things to me.
Oh, okay. Okay, I
Yeah,
got you. I
yeah,
got you.
yeah.
Oh,
Even her daughter would come on with certain names and say things,
mm.
you know,
And
that
this is
made
the
me.
name that you have in the chats on the new management, and they'll see it and type stuff
Some,
and to
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. She know that's me under new management. And a person did say to me, "No, you had another name when you first started." And I kept saying, "No, no, I didn't." But as I was thinking, yes, I did. And I don't know who that person was, but if that person is in the room, I sure did, and I apologize for that. I wasn't lying and everything. I just don't remember. Just I don't even remember what the name was. So if you can
Oh.
tell me what that name was, I appreciate it.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you're saying that she knows your password or whatever she did to hack into your account. So she knows your account and what do you think she was also using it on YouTube also?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not uh
You're
uh
not
internet suave and know
savvy.
this and that. Yeah, into
Okay.
all that crap. She is, not me.
Yeah. It's interesting you said that she's not a communicator in the relationship, but she seems to communicate a lot on here.
Right, right.
She seems to communicate. She talks
A
to
lot,
everyone.
right?
She doesn't
Right?
have a problem being in people's
Because
business and stuff. So,
because she's in a whole nother world. She'll communicate online. She'll
okay.
type her ass off. But the difference is if anybody notice she won't get that mic and talk. She'll talk in somebody else's voice if she do get the mic.
When you say talking somebody else's voice, what do you mean?
There's programs out there where you can change your voice.
So you've seen her do it?
Well, she got the mic, and I'm like, that's not her voice.
Oh wow, this is new to me. This is really new to me.
Yeah,
Okay.
so, and I'm getting tired of talking about her because we did, in Kimmy's live, promise each other we won't bother each other anymore, anything like that. And I agree to that, and I like to stick to that, you know. So,
Okay.
because she hasn't been hacking me or anything. So,
Okay. Okay, that's
Darling,
cool if
I
you don't want to talk about
apologize.
her. If you promise not to speak about her and you don't want to, that's cool. But then again, if it is that we're having a discussion on, reasons why people should leave a relationship and you want to
Right,
contribute, that's nothing, that shouldn't be a problem.
right,
Just
right.
maybe not call her name then,
Exactly. Yeah,
or
so
just speak
let's not
generally,
call
so
no
that's cool.
names.
Right, right.
So when I speak, if I get on your panel again and I'll be like she or whatever, you'll know who I'm talking about. And please don't type her name in the room or anything. Just
Okay.
let it lie, let it die. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool. So I got it. I got it. I didn't
Yeah.
know that you went on other channels too, but okay. Cause I only knew about Ken, cause that's the only one I'm subscribed to.
I've been
Well,
on
well, only two.
Ken's. I've been on Ken's twice,
Okay.
Kimmy's once.
I'm not subscribed to her.
No. And I think I was on Jay Wilson once, I think.
I didn't
Either.
know you went to Ken twice. That means I missed that one, cause I did catch the first one. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know you went back. That means I gotta go find that video. Hopefully, I can find that one. I
Yeah.
didn't know you went a second time.
All right,
Ooh.
so everybody don't forget, under new management. Y'all got me? You feel me?
Now we know. Well, welcome. Welcome and thank you for clicking the link. I
All
appreciate
right.
you for
I, I'm
contributing.
I'm jumping down, okay?
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. I
Peace
appreciate
and
it.
blessings to the room, to each and every one of you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye. All right, there we go. We got the contribution of under new management. So under new management was telling, giving a reason why people would leave a relationship. So there you go. If you are no longer attracted to them or if there's a lack of sex and intimacy. I think those are some of the points that on the new management spoke on. Another reason to leave a relationship is if somebody cheated on you, get the hell away from that person. They don't mean you no good. You know what? Let me not say that because some people do, like Clyde said before, some people work it out and they'll end up, like staying together. And people stay for different reasons. They may choose to work it out. So it depends on the type of relationship you have with the person. So I'll just drop that part in. Another reason why some people may want to leave a relationship is if they no longer care about their partner's well-being. They just don't care anymore. You may not want bad things for them, but at the same time, you just can't seem to care to proactively find ways to make them feel better. If they're having issues or, problems, you don't even care enough to help them find solutions. So there goes another thing that should, bring a light bulb somewhere. And I'm like, okay, it probably means you need to keep, moving on. If you are so over that person, that partner that you're with, you're so over the relationship itself, and something bad happens to them, whether it's at home, whether it's at work, something bad that happens in their personal lives, and you just roll your eyes and go about your business, go along with your day like nothing happened, it probably means it's time to be out of that relationship if you don't care for that person anymore. It just is what it is. You are so far gone that you don't care enough to help them, or you don't care about their well-being, means it's time for you to go. When you detest a person to the point that you just don't care, they may be on fire and you don't even care to sprinkle some water on them. That is really sad. It means you need to go. You've been so your heart became so cold towards that person that you don't want to have anything to do with them or to help them. It means it's probably time for you to leave that relationship. Young MIA says they rush into a relationship, engagement, and marriage only to sever ties early. That is true. That happens. That does happen. Here we go. Here's another reason. If you are always arguing with somebody in a relationship, if it's something that is constant, it probably means you're at a point where you just need to go. Whether or not it's the beginning of the relationship or you've been together for years, If you are at the point where communication is at an all-time low, you can't hold on to memories of what used to be. If you are so uncomfortable with a person that you are always arguing, it means it's time for you to go. It just is what it is. You don't always have to hold on to things. If you are unable to talk to each other without fighting, due to differences of opinions, different choices, it could also mean that your relationship is becoming toxic and you should let go. If your relationship has become toxic to the point that you guys can't talk about stuff, work things out, you're always fighting, and especially if you have children and you find yourselves even arguing in front of the children, that relationship is like really toxic to the point you don't care or your partner doesn't care enough to take the arguments and stuff away from the eyes and the ears of the children in the home. Something is wrong. That relationship is toxic and it means you should let go. Okay. Another point. How do you know it's time to leave a relationship? If you feel like you're being used, are you being used? Does your partner think about me, I? Then they don't have conversations and say we, us, you. They don't, those words are not in their vocabulary. It's all about them and what they want or what they love. If you notice that your partner is always asking you for favors, or they just come around you when you have money, do they just come around you when you could give them things? They always want you doing something. And if you don't have money or you can't give them what they ask for, that they're like, they act strange around you. Do you feel like your relationship revolves only around sex? If you feel like your relationship is one-sided, it definitely means that it is time to go. First of all, let me not say it's time to go. It's time to consult with each other or consult with a professional that can help you guys to work stuff out. If not, it's time to go. Always try to fix it first, and if it doesn't work, it's time to go. If you are in a position where you're supposed to be in a partnership, but it's always one sided, it's never a two-way street. The person doesn't ever do favors for you. The person's always looking for something, wanting something from you. They always expect you to take care of their needs only. That means they don't care enough about you because they don't care about you and what you want. Is the person always wanting you to meet their needs, but they don't want to spend time around you or with you? If you find that somebody is always affectionate to you towards you only when you have money or things to give them, it's time to go. Do you find that they're affectionate towards you until they get what they want, and as soon as they get what they want, bam, it's over. They're cold as ice towards you. Do you find that your partner doesn't make an effort to be there for you? You're in a position where, let us say your car broke down. Let us say, you know, um your foot got broken. Something happened. Let us say you're stranded at work. Something happened and your partner, let us say you're at a restaurant, your card doesn't work and you want them to come pay for a meal you just had or something. Something happened and you needed them the most and they were never there. Something came up, an emergency came up and you got to go to the airport, you got to go somewhere and they don't see the need to help you out. They're only using you when they want stuff from you, but they never reciprocate. They never give it back to you. They want you around only when they need things. Okay. That is when you're supposed to start thinking twice and thinking of leaving that person. I am sorry. If people are using you, you gotta go. Okay. You have got to go. So if you feel like you are being used in a relationship, it's time to go. It's 2023. Think about me. That should be your new tagline. It's 2023. Time to think about me. Okay. 2023, it's time to think about me. If you're in a relationship where you see some of these things happening, it probably means it's time to step away from that relationship. It's okay. In the same way you were able to be in that relationship, you can always find another one. It may take time, you may be hurt for a while, you know, but time is the healer of all pain, you know? Things will get out of hand. You may not be happy for a while, but you can always find somebody else. There's somebody out there for you. I think we've exhausted the list. There are many other reasons. My number one reason for leaving a relationship, well, I got two actually. One, cheating is a deal breaker. Number two, lack of communication is also a deal breaker. Those are my two deal breakers. If I'm in a relationship with you and you cheated on me, that's a deal breaker, and it means it's time to move on. If you cannot communicate with me or I can't communicate my feelings to you, um it is an issue. Okay, I am finished. I don't have time to waste. Okay. So here we go. We have listed a few reasons what that you should consider whether or not it's time to end the relationship. Ooh, look at Slide. Right, Slide. Right, Slide. Okay. You're late, Slide. Right, Slide. Oh, really? Are you the same one who says in the same way I can put it up to use it, you can put it down when you want to use it? Slide, is that you? Okay, so here are some of the things we discussed. Is it time to move on? If you don't trust them, it's time to move on. If they lie frequently, it's time to move on. If you're making all the sacrifices, it's time to move on. If they continuously put you down, it's time to move on. If they abuse you in different ways, sexually, emotionally, physically, mentally, it's time to move on. If you have to hide those persons or if they hide you from their loved ones, it's time to move on. If your friends and your family don't like him or her, in some cases, it's time to move on. Remember, love is blind and you don't always see stuff the way other people on the outside see stuff. Don't get upset with your friends and family for just stating their opinions. Okay. And sometimes later on, you tend to see the same thing they were seeing. Okay. If there's a lack of sex and intimacy, it's time to move on. If you are no longer attracted to them, it is time to move on. If your partner is way too clingy or needy, it's time to move on. If they cheated on you, it's time to move on. If you are no longer, interested in your partner's well being, it is time to move on. Okay. If you are always arguing, it's time to move on. If you feel like you're being used in a relationship, it's time to move on. Okay, so those are some of the deal breakers in a relationship. I'm happy that you guys were a part of the live today. I really appreciate Under New Management, Heat Wave, and who else clicked the link? Was there somebody else before Heat Wave? Heatwave and Under New Management click the link today. Thank you so much, guys, for coming up. I appreciate you all and your contributions. And I also want to say thank you to those who typed in the chat and were a part of the discussion. I appreciate all the support. I like the interactions in the chat. So those are some of the reasons I enjoyed the conversation today. Please feel free to thumbs up the video if you'd like to, and we'll have more discussions as time progresses. So we got a next topic coming up, and I'm hoping that you also join me for that one. For those who are watching on the replay, thank you so much for um, playing the video. I appreciate you. And for those who have just subscribed, thank you also for subscribing to the channel. And feel free to drop down whenever you feel like. Okay, I appreciate you all. I think I'm going to come back live because Heatwave had something she wanted to talk about. So I think I'll be back in a few. Thank you so much for being a part of the live. I will see you maybe in a few. Let's see what happens. Because I may come live again because Heatwave wanted to say something. Okay? Bye, everybody, and thank you so much for the support. Bye.